All right. Recordings in progress. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. Why, hello there. Look at everybody. It's your favorite show's favorite show. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all see this ugly self. Mike, you know how it is. You know how this goes. But look, um, we got a lot of stuff to talk about, ladies and gentlemen. For starters, y'all already see my boys. We did service to Duke Nation. You know what I'm talking about? To the point where I got everything on damn near. Even my drawers got Duke on it. Y'all talking about? You want to see my socks? Cause they blue. You look at that. You Mike, I don't see no sky blue on your on nothing actually.
You see the
Outside the
background.
background.
That's
Like
all the
that.
fuck you need to see. You see the background.
I
That's
guess,
it.
because you're right. Because we did beat that. We dog walked y'all. Come here, little fella. Like we definitely dog walked y'all. So it's okay though. It's okay though.
You proud about that?
Time
That's good.
Of course, I'm always. Only thing I'm not proud of is the fact that the score was as close as it was. It was.
Oh yeah, y'all was up by 32, and y'all
We was
came
up
back.
30. We was up 30.
I mean, we cut it to 17. So that's a
Come
little
back,
tough.
unfortunately. However,
That's
an ass whooping is an ass whooping, Mike. That's what I'm saying. Like we won by almost 20. That's nice. 17, 87-70. That's going, like you said, it was a 30-point game. You know what? We pull our starters out, let y'all boys come back a little bit, do a little charity work. That's what you gotta do, ladies and gentlemen. But Mike, let me ask you this though, because you were on the receiving end of an ass whooping. So I gotta ask, what were some pros that you saw from your team, and then also what were some cons? We know the cons, but I just want to hear from your mouth what you thought pros and cons for your squad.
Well, the cons, yeah, like you said, we already know. Y'all beat us. That's one. But no, the pros, I mean, shoot, we didn't do shit, really. There was no pros. I mean, we got beat. We turned the ball over a lot. That was definitely horrible. I mean, RJ did pedestrian. The rest of the squad was pedestrian as well. We got out rebounded. We got out hustled. So there was really no pros in this at all, for real. We cut the deficit from 32 to 17 at the very end. So if we would have played the way we played in the last few minutes, probably all game, it wouldn't have been a 17-point blowout, or it would have never gotten to that. So, but
like I'm hearing no pros.
There was no pros from where I sit for the game.
That's fine. I looked at my squad, and as a matter of fact, let me get on my little soapbox right quick. Yeah, I mean, just something slight. Here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, right? Should I get out of the way so y'all can see my boys? I don't know. Should I be? Nah, we ain't gonna. Yeah, y'all see Coop right there in the background. Listen, we did a solid job, right? Our defense was quite tenacious. Again, we went up 32. It wasn't actually an interesting game. I actually had a watch party, and I was quite unimpressed with the game. Like the energy won't really dare as much just because we put that much of a beat down on them. My thing is, I want to see that every game against every opponent. I understand it's UNC. We got a little extra off, right, against them. Let's play like that against everybody. I'm talking specifically about the defensive end. Offensive end, anything could happen in the league, in the game, right? We could have an off game. We could have a hot day. That's going to be what it is. The defensive effort, we control that. So that was the pro that I saw from our team personally. The comeback, it happens, right? But again, UNC, they disappeared, similarly to how Mike disappeared right here on us. It's cool, though. I understand he didn't want to talk too much about this here topic. I get it. Again, we did beat. Come on. Like you said y'all lost. No. Y'all got beat, my guy. Beat. And Coop looked all right. Shout out to Con Canopal as well, too. Malik came in. Malik, played his game. Everybody, it was a team effort across the board. I was happy for my boys. I'm looking forward to next time we play y'all. Matter of fact, Mike,
you already know what's going to happen. It happens like this every year. Every year we do. Cameron wins, and then when y'all step foot in our house, what happens? You
we've
lose.
we've definitely swept y'all before. It's okay. You don't follow hoops like that. He just like talking shit. He just like talking trash, ladies and gentlemen. That's okay.
Well, what
it's
happened
fine.
last year when y'all came in, y'all lost, and the year before that, did y'all win?
No, we lost.
Okay, all right then. So I'm talking
But how
about
about
most
when Jaleel
recently.
Okafor came in there? Didn't we sweep y'all? Like you're acting like we always tie. No, dog. Like there's times when y'all sweep us. There's times when we sweep y'all, and there's times when we tie. This could be a
I ain't
year
even
where
talking about
we
swimming.
got
I'm
the
just talking
broom
about
out and we
winning
sweep. You know what I'm
the
saying?
next game.
That just it is what
I'm
it is.
just talking about winning the next
we
game.
just sweep.
So when
We
y'all
just sweep.
come in there, y'all not. It's gonna be an L. Okay, so we're gonna break even this year, and that's that. So
If you say
that's
so.
great. You have
If you
fun
say
talking about
so.
your boys. I'm
If
proud
you
of you.
say,
That's
well,
good.
I have fun talking about my boy. Matter of fact, I'm not even gonna be. I'm gonna take off my jersey because I feel like I'm bragging a little too much. Here, let me take off my hat too. You know what I'm saying?
Take the hat.
I got
all
too
of
much
it.
to do.
I'm surprised they ain't wear the ring like you usually do.
Nah,
when
I'm
y'all
gonna keep
get
the
a
ring.
dub.
Nah,
you ain't want to wear the ring
ring.
today, but you want to wear everything else. Okay.
Yeah. No, I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do that.
Okay.
Bam, baby. Look at that, boy. Look at that. We ready. Stay ready. So you don't have to get ready. I'm riding for my boys. Hey, that's how we get it in, ladies and gentlemen. But tune in though. You know, we are going to be playing you guys. What is it? March 8th, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
So that's when the rematch happens. You assume that y'all are going to win. I feel and hope that it's a good game, right? I feel and hope that it's a good game. You know, that is what it is. That is what it is. But I guess we can finish talking. I guess we're kind of done talking about that one because again, you don't want to kick a horse when it's down too much, right?
Yeah, it's done. It's a wrap.
It is what it is. So,
yeah.
Let me ask you then this, Mike. Since I guess we can go ahead and do this, we got to talk about, and I hope you're ready, brother. The Super Bowl, you know what I mean? The Super Bowl could be a little interesting, right?
Yeah.
Your team is in this thing, the Eagles.
Yeah, we are.
If I'm not mistaken, they have gone up against this Chiefs team before. Maybe not this specific one, but they played the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. And
2 years ago.
They lost. So now when we spin the block back, how are you feeling about your team?
Not even a Chiefs fan, but as a you know,
they're gonna win. But tell the audience why you feel as though they're gonna tell the audience why you feel as though the Eagles are gonna
tell the audience why that I believe our team's gonna win. Partly because we got a legit running game now. Health is our offensive line is all healthy, and I think defensive wise for us, we're gonna match up better than we did 2 years ago with Pat and his weapons. I think if we neutralize Kelsey and neutralize some of their receivers, their other receivers like DeAndre Hopkins and those two, I think. Xavier Worthy and DeAndre Hopkins. But Xavier Worthy, Travis Kelsey are the two top ones we need to neutralize. Obviously, we're not going. We got to pressure Mahomes, but you ain't gonna be able to stop that. But I think if we neutralize everybody else and just make Pat do it by himself, I think we have a better chance of coming out on top this time around. It's still gonna be a close game.
Here's my thing, right? I genuinely believe you guys have a solid team, right? You spoke on the run game. Saquon Barkley is playing phenomenal. I think he's arguably, if not the best running back in the game. And usually when you have that sort of formula, right, like you have a good run game, you are able to neutralize a pass-heavy team because the Chiefs can actually score a hell of a lot of points. I don't know if y'all know that or not. So if you can slow down the game and control the clock, in theory, you're supposed to do a good job against that team. Here's my problem, though. Jalen Hurts versus Patrick Mahomes, I wholeheartedly believe in Patrick Mahomes more than I do in Jalen Hurts personally. So if you're gonna control the clock, I still believe the Chiefs score the ball effectively. And yes, the Eagles have a good defense, so do the Chiefs. They have the experience, and I understand that the fire is lit under Jalen Hurts and the Eagles for losing. And again, Saquon Barkley's a dog. Ladies and gentlemen, I wholeheartedly think that it's going to be a problem in this Super Bowl. And I'm going to say this too. I understand people talking about script writing, right? The Taylor Swift narrative, the three-peats in play. I do hear all that. I think it's a little bit more to it, though. That does factor in, though, like the marketing ability for the league to market this Chiefs team, this dynasty. I think it does happen because after this year, I do expect the Chiefs to kind of go on a little lull, similarly to how Tom Brady and the Patriots did back in the day. And then after a little bit, they'll rev it back up, or at least Patty will, and get to that Super Bowl again and reclaim his dominance. That way we can see the GOAT, right? Like we can talk about that conversation. But that's what I'm expecting because the league does need a little bit more parity, right? People are now tired of seeing the Chiefs win. So until I feel as though that parity is ultimately needed, which I do think it will be next season.
And that's why I felt like it was a 2-year hiatus. I mean, for the Eagles, but I think, like you said, the parity, because people are tired of seeing this shit. They are. It's the same thing with like.
We also haven't seen the 3-peat too, though. So I mean,
I know, but I'm just saying in terms of like, it's just like with the Super Bowl locations. I should say it's like we got it. They only do the warm weather like cities. So it's in New Orleans again. It was in New Orleans like a few years ago, and then it's like every few years it's always in the same spots. They don't really try any other spots. But that, I would like to see it, and maybe like Charlotte, or maybe like that can hold 60,000, 70,000 people, but they it's never been there. So it's like I would like to see that too.
I mean, Charlotte would be cool.
Yeah,
right up the road, low key. Like that'd be a nice little.
Or Atlanta. Oh no, they've had it in Atlanta. Never mind.
I ain't trying to go to Atlanta to see it, man. That's a little bit much. The traffic already terrible. Charlotte, all right, it's on the up and coming. You know what I'm saying? It's real.
Charlotte would be nice.
I like, you know what I'm saying, downtown Charlotte, uptown Charlotte, like that'd be all right there.
Because they do the NCAA tournaments there, but they don't.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah,
they don't.
But
NFL.
We but unfortunately, it's gonna be in New Orleans. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And again, I'm betting on them Chiefs, dog.
Security's gonna be high.
It's hard to bet against the Chiefs, bro. It's hard to bet against the Chiefs. I'm sorry. Like, I already have money. I put money, when was it? Last February, that the Chiefs were going to win this year. I also threw bread on the Bengals and the Rams just in case. I thought they had a legit chance. But the Rams was more so because I thought Donald might play one more season, right? Then there'd be a nice little swan song, like, and then you got Cooper, Kupp, and you got Puka Nacua.
They letting him go
too.
They try and trade him. They try and get him out.
It's crazy.
It said on the ticker they are trying to trade this man immediately.
It's crazy work. But again, that speaks to the parity. Watch, wherever team he goes, that's going to bring a new contender now. So the Chiefs are going to fall to that wayside starting next year. Hell, y'all could start winning championship or Super Bowls after this season. Like, I could genuinely see that. Like, or maybe one. But then again, you got teams like the Commanders coming up too. So I mean, y'all division is kind of tough, bro. Because Dallas
ain't doing shit.
You don't believe
Dallas
in
ain't
them,
doing shit, or the Giants.
You don't believe in them, but watch them sneak in a year and finesse something, and now they become entertaining. Because remember, it wasn't too long ago where him or with Dak and Zeke came onto Dallas' squad, and now it's like, oh snap, Dallas might win a Super Bowl this year. So I mean, we could get back to that level too. It's a lot of teams that can win the Super Bowl, man. Like, the parity in the NFL is definitely gonna come back starting next year. I just can't see you guys winning this year, bro. Like, I'm sorry, and it sucks too. It sucks. I feel for y'all. Feel for Philly fans across the board.
It's like I said. I mean, if it's like it was 2 years ago with it being close and we lose, then we lose. I mean, that's the bottom line. I just don't want it to be like, oh, we go in there and we literally just lay an egg, and I'm like, all right, well, damn,
Or you don't want to do what the Falcons did and go up a lot,
right? Or that,
that's
like,
sheesh.
Like, no, I don't want that either.
I tell you right now, you don't want to come onto the show talking like that. Or having that game go on. Oh my God, there's not enough Panthers slander to keep me from talking trash
the show at all. It's gonna be the background. You ain't even gonna see me. You gonna
That's a
hear my
solo
voice.
day.
That's it.
That's
It's
a
gonna be
solo day, huh? For the recap.
That's a solo episode right there. You be like, yup, he ain't even show up. Like, nope, y'all gonna see the background. That's it.
That's stupid.
That is it.
Question. Y'all do win. Who do you believe is needed for Finals MVP or Super Bowl MVP?
It's gonna have is as much as I hate to say it, it's gonna be Saquon. It's gonna
You
be
think you hate to say that? Why do you hate to say that? I felt like that's
because
because
it's like, look, because honestly, I would want Jalen to win MVP, but it's not gonna be it's not gonna be like, so if they win, if my squad wins this year, they're gonna be like, oh, it was Saquon because we got him, and then all of a sudden he has this breakout year, and it's like, oh, well, yeah, and they push Jalen's achievements to the side. Like he's still playing good ball, but the focal point is going to be oh, it was Saquon. That's why they went over the top, or we went over the top because
it's interesting.
Barkley.
It's interesting what you just said. Kind of gives me a little bit more love for Jalen, right? Because it's kind of similar to Caitlin Clark going to the Indiana Fever. A lot of people gave the Fever's success to Caitlin Clark, and it's like, all right, not necessarily, because she had two other All-Stars in place, and then there's an argument to be made that those two other All-Stars actually performed better this season, despite what those stats were saying, right? Like there's actually a stat that argues that for you. So because of that notion, I could give some more love to Jalen, and I hope he gets his credit if this team wins, right? But I do believe Saquon is the best player on this team. He's the most impactful player on this team because, again, he has dominated the entire time. There's not too much of a negative against him. Like, we're talking about, 2,000 plus yards, if I'm not mistaken, this season? Like, that's ridiculous.
2005. But that just goes to show you, if you put him on a team that has a competent offensive line, because I bet you if he had an offensive line with the Giants, he would have gotten 2,005 yards with the Giants.
Right.
I believe that wholeheartedly.
But it does seem like there's a notion that Saquon can do everything. He can catch. He's a pass catching running back,
and he stayed healthy.
He's elusive. He's powerful, and because of that, he fits with Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown and the rest of the squad. So to me, Saquon was that missing piece. Right. And if they do win, I do expect Saquon to go off. And if we're expecting him to be the focal point, like you're saying, and he still goes off, it's just like Ashton Jeanty on for Boise State. If he continued to go off, and we know he's the focal point, he wins it. Like, he's the guy for me. So it's the same thing for the Eagles. If we know or think he's the focal point, Jalen Hurts is cool. Don't get me wrong. Very effective, good QB. Saquon's the best, is the most dominant player on their team. So if he dominates this Chiefs team on the biggest stage, especially with that notion on how, the black quarterback isn't going to be successful in the NFL. There's that notion by some people. And they say, Patrick Mahomes isn't completely black. That's the reason why he'll win it. Cool. So if you believe stuff like that too, even if the Eagles win, they might give it to Saquon just off that. If you believe something like that. So I think it's Saquon's to lose if the Eagles do win. I do believe so. But Jalen Hurts does have a shot for it too, though.
Right. No, I give it. I like I said, I would. It would be nice for Jalen to win it if he won the MVP. But I think for him, if he wins the Super Bowl, it'll silence a lot of people.
Oh, most definitely.
Because if he would have won it the first time, this would have been nothing. Like, it would have been like, okay, they got Saquon. If he did it without Saquon, and because he got to the Super Bowl with the squad he had, and if he would have won it then, they wouldn't be talking about it now. The only reason they're talking about it now is because all of a sudden now they got a running back, and now it's like, oh, snap. Well, he's got to win it because they got Saquon. And if he loses it, it's going to be, his legacy's in check. Like, how? I'm like, they've
Well,
been to
I
it the
mean,
last
so
2 years.
hear me out though, because you starting to be classified. Like again, it's unfair, but if
Yeah.
you don't win anything, if you don't win no hardware, all right, folks are going to
Right,
consider
right.
you a loser. Like I've heard
Yeah.
somebody call Chris Webber a bum, and it's like, oh, he didn't win anything, bro. He played against a lot of good players. Like not everyone can win something, so.
Same thing
It's
about
going to be
Charles
unfair, but if he
Barkley
doesn't
too.
win the Super Bowl, look at how
Yeah.
Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson could
I
win as
know.
many
I
MVPs
feel
as he
worse
wants
for
to,
him. I
and
feel worse
people are
for
still going to call him a loser if he don't
I
win
feel
nothing.
worse. I feel so sad for Josh Allen because it's like, bro, you lost to him 4 times in the playoffs. They have lost 4 Super Bowls in a row. So it's like, okay, like that's fucked up. Like, but
It's
it's
tough.
both
There's
the
a black cat
same.
in the Bills
It's
organization.
the
Yeah,
same though.
it's a black cat in the
They've
Bills
been to
organization,
the
man.
championship game every year,
Yep.
and they can't beat him. But it'd be the
Yep.
same thing to say about Lamar too. The last 2 times,
That's why I said Lamar. Like it's the
yeah,
same thing. So
it's
so
like,
for real, the Eagles have to win.
yeah.
And like Jalen has to play out his ass too to win Super Bowl MVP.
And he's injured too.
Like,
So
yeah,
if he does what he did against the Commanders, if he plays like
Mhm.
that,
Mhm.
I believe we'll win it. If he
Mhm.
plays like he
y'all
did
put
the
belt to
last Super
tail.
Bowl, yeah,
Yeah.
I'll give it to him. And we
Yeah.
do everything across the board. We're not going to stop Pat Mahomes from scoring. So that's not going to happen. But if we play like we played the first go round, but we just tighten up a little, fine tune a little bit here and there, I see us winning it. I see us having 38, them having 35. I see it flip
That's
this
fair.
time.
It's funny because if you guys win, we could make the comparison to this Eagles team to if the Warriors had lost, right? Because there's the notion that if Kyrie and K Love don't get injured that first stint, that the Cavs win. And then we talk about, okay, maybe it's a little tougher for the Warriors to win that next year because they lost 3-1, right? So people might think, oh, the Cavs are going to win 2, right? So now,
but they did have that one.
No. I'm gonna say so. So now let's live in a universe where the Cavs have beaten the Warriors 2 times now, right, in the finals, and then they go get Kevin Durant, and then the Warriors start winning. I think that comparison would be what you guys would look like if you guys win, and Saquon would be viewed as Kevin Durant. Like I think that's how I think people can look at the Eagles if you guys win this season. That'll be something that we'll definitely have to talk about because again, these are all predictions, ladies and gentlemen. We don't know who won just yet. You know what I'm saying? Again, I said Chiefs. Buddy over here said his team biasly the Eagles. You know what I mean? He could be bald-headed lying. We don't know. But Mike, do you have anything that you wanted to say before we close up shop?
No, I mean it's going to be a good game. Like I said, it should be. I hope it's as entertaining as the last one was. But I think, like I said, the X factor is going to be Saquon. And if the Chiefs can stop Saquon, if the Chiefs can't stop Saquon, I don't see them winning. Because I think we're going. And for vice versa, because we're not going to. I mean, you can't say, "Oh, we got to stop Patrick Mahomes." It's not going to happen. But if we can contain the other pieces, I believe we'll win. I believe the score will be flipped. It'll be 38-35 us.
I think as long as you guys contain Saquon, you can't put too much focus on Saquon because there are other players right on y'all's squad. So as long as you contain Saquon and make sure he doesn't go off for like a massive game, make Cleveland beat Patty Mahomes, I think you're good because the Chiefs do have weapons on their squad too. Travis Kelce, Kareem Hunt is no slouch, right? So I mean, Xavier Ward, like you pointed out, like they have a decent squad on their team. It's not like their defense is trash too. In the playoffs, they have definitely been showing up over the last couple of years. So we gotta hopefully, fingers crossed, we have an exciting game, and hopefully, fingers crossed, the Chiefs win. No disrespect, I just got money on FanDuel, so I'm greedy, but ladies and gentlemen,
the money.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that does conclude the end of the show. So my prediction was right the first go round. His was wrong because he's a UNC fan. Tar Girls, y'all know how they do. And then, hopefully Mike can maybe win, but I'm pulling for my predictions as well, too. So hopefully I can go 2-0 and Mike can stay 0-2.
UNC is still the better school overall, but that's okay.
Y'all have had more talent and you only have one more championship. But with that, we're out. Till next time. Yo, Blue Devils.
Fuck them.